So I really don't have any props for this Friday flow. It's going to be pretty low to the ground. I'm going to start in kneeling. If kneeling doesn't feel good in your knees or your body today, maybe you just slip the hips over to one side and stay there just for the beginning practice. So when you come on to kneeling, again, have a nice, proud spine. Allow the hands to rest lightly on the thighs. The arms dangle beside the side body. The shoulders are soft. And here for just a moment, just to come into our practice, to come into our bodies, to come into our breath. Close down the eyes and simply feel the physical body here on your mat. Notice any tension you might feel in the jaw. Open the mouth wide, release the jaw. Closing nice and slow, feel into that whole jawbone. And slowly close the lips. Remove the tongue from the top of the mouth. Lift the shoulders up to the ears. Allow them to roll down the back as you squeeze through the shoulder blades. And again, dropping them down, lifting them up towards the ears and squeezing them back behind you. One more, just like that. And take 3, reversing. Listening to any sounds through the neck, through the shoulder joint, the upper back. And then just returning to that nice tall seat, setting an intention for this practice. We never know where the journey of this life is going to take us. But we do know that we can be upheld by those around us in prayer, in thought, and in deed. So this morning, offering up for Gail, vibrant health to her, vibrant health to her husband. And prayers for both of them as they continue in this journey together, that may be on a little bit of a different path. All we ask is that Gail knows she is surrounded by friends and family, support and love. Blinking the eyes open, we'll begin to move just a little bit. So on your inhale, we're going to sweep the arms out and up. And as we do, we're going to lift off of the knees and come to kneel. Reaching up, extending, maybe arching back. Then circle the arms down and around as you reset the hips back on the heels. Again, reaching up, squeeze through the glutes, maybe take that back bend. Circle the arms back down as the hips come down towards the heels. Pause there. 2 more on your own. Make it big, make it expansive. Opening up the shoulder, opening up the front body and chest. Circle it back down. And this last one, squeeze through the glutes as you rise, open up, and return to your seat. Pause here, draw a deep breath. Let it go as you return now to all fours. Patting up the knees if you need to pad up the knees, spreading the fingertips nice and wide, draw the belly in and up. So moving through a modified vinyasa this morning, press into your palms so you round through the spine, upper back, and then sit the hips back like you were moving into an extended child's pose. Slide the palms in front all the way towards the top of your mat. Belly comes to rest on the thighs. Head may come down towards the mat. Ears through the arms. Just pause there and feel the length in the spine. And then inhaling, round your way back up to your table. And as you exhale, continue forward, dropping the hips towards the floor as you straighten the arms and lift the chest. Press back into your palms, returning to your table, and press it back, extended child's pose. So moving nice and slow to feel into the body, round to come up to your table. Sliding forward, open up the whole front body as you find this modified up dog. Press it back nice and slow, round through the spine and take it back, extended child's. On your own, roll through the spine with your breath. Movement fluid, breath fluid. Return, extended child's pose. From your extended child's pose, take a full breath here. Sink the tailbone as low towards the heels as you can. Release the chest down closer to the mat. Walk the fingertips just a little bit further, finding a nice long line across the back of the body. We're going to add on now a little down dog to our vinyasa. So as you're ready, we'll come up to our table. We'll roll it forward into that modified up dog. We'll inhale back through table as we tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, press through the hands, downward facing dog. Take a breath here, big inhale. On your exhale, drop the knees, shift back, child's pose. So nice fluid movement coming up to your table and forward. And tucking the toes, lifting the hips, pressing the palms away as you find your downward facing dog. Dropping the knees, back to child's. Take two more just like this. Everything with breath. So just warming up the spine, the hips, shoulders. As you return to extended child's pose, pause there. See if you can sink the hips back a little further. Inch the fingers forward a little more. Find the length here. So any of the previous sequences, or you can join me adding in a plank. Take a full breath here, feel the back body. Exhale the breath slow, let the body sink onto the thighs. And let's begin. Inhale, up through table and forward. Coming back through table, lifting the hips high and back, down dog. Coming up high on those toes and rolling the spine forward, we find our plank pose. Nice and strong shoulders over wrists. Press back into the palms to lift those hips back up high. And drop the knees. Return to child's pose. Inhale, brings it up. Exhale, draws us forward. Inhale takes us back. Exhale, we find our dog. Up on the toes, we wave it forward to plank pose. Sends it back on the exhale to dog pose. Dropping the knees lightly as you inhale. Exhale, returning to child's pose. Twice more on your own. I'm not leaving you. If you get lost in the sequence, just do what feels good in your body this morning. Finishing this last one nice and slow with breath. No rush. We'll meet back in extended child's pose. Arms extended forward on your forearms. Flip the palms. And just take a moment here to circle through the palms, make a fist, draw those knuckles in towards the wrist, maybe out towards the side, maybe thumbs towards the inner wrist. Just make some movement directly into the wrist. The forearms stay down, so we're working only into the joints, wrists. Open the fingers, make a fist. And then walk the hands back forward, again, coming into that sitting on your shins hero pose. Only here for a moment. Bring the fingertips in front of you, tuck your toes under. See if you can sit back on the heels any amount. So maybe you're up here, it's fine. As long as you can feel the stretch through the toe joints, through the arch, sitting back, hands down, or even sitting up on a bolster. Find a place you can bring your hands maybe to heart. You can close down the eyes. This is intense. This is where we use the breath here to get us out of the fight or flight, that we can sit here, enjoy a full breath, know that this is for the health of our feet, our foundation. Easy breath. Wherever you are, let it go slow. Then return hands down to the mat. Flatten out the feet. Maybe it feels good to paddle them out. Taking the big counter stretch the other way. And if you've had an ankle injury, please don't come down as far. Good. So I am sitting on flat feet. I'm bringing my hands behind me, fingers towards my body. 2 for 1 here. I'm going to press into my palms. I'm going to lift my chest. I'm going to open up my shoulder joints. I'm going to pause here, and as I inhale, I'm going to just lift my right knee up. As I lift my right knee up, I feel a stretch from the top of my toenail all the way to the front of my ankle, and release down. Second side, left knee lifts. Feel whatever amount of stretch you need. Keep the chest lifted. Don't collapse into the chest. Lower that knee, and if you're with me and you want to try both, lift both. Big stretch now into the front of the feet. Maybe here you walk the hands forward, rest the hands on the thighs as you balance there, hands to prayer. Any, all, or none, you choose. Drop the hands to the lap, back into our hero pose. On your inhale, reach up as you kneel up, reach the arms overhead, take the arch. Circle the arms down as you return. Twice more. Hips up, arms circle wide and overhead. Little bit of an arch, hips stay forward. We're not taking this in the low back. Circle the arms back down as the hips return, hands to prayer. Last one. Squeeze the glutes as you come up. Circle the arms and return. Hero pose. Rest the hands on the thighs. Again, if hero isn't your thing, shift the hips slightly over to one side. Close down the eyes as you have a nice, tall, straight spine. Palms reaching up towards the sky here, ready to receive whatever it is we need to receive today. We receive right into the heart space. Draw the hands to prayer so that when we receive, we are more willing, more able to give back. Namaste.